Good evening, everybody. I'm Sarah, the Real Simple Mama. We've got some birds over here, Blue and Gracie and Carmen and Diego, and we're gonna do a 5-minute chicken video with a little tip about why I'm using feed bags here on the side of my chicken coop. I get asked on the regular why I have upcycled feed bags here on the side of my chicken coop. And I want to tell you what I use them for and then a few guidelines if you choose to do this. So I use feed bags or I've used them from black oil sunflower seeds or from my dog food or from the chicken feed. And I use it to be a little barricade or a little barrier from wind or rain that's blowing into this little spot here on the first floor of our chicken coop. Now, of course, if you've got a solid chicken coop or something like a repurposed shed, then this is not really relevant for you. But for all of us who have these little coop kits, right? And here's mine by the Omaha model by Rugged Ranch. And then there's the Air 27 model by a V2N. But on both of these, you know, usually they have like the first story is like a little run on the inside, and they don't really come with pre-made places for you to put your chicken feed. So not only is that the spot where the chicken food is, you can see there's a chicken butt in there right now who's eating the feed that's right there, but also just for when the chickens are hanging out when there's kind of more serious weather, it's pouring down rain or it's really windy or it's raining and really windy at the same time. I use the feed bags to keep the feed dry, and so they have a little bit of a barricade from the wind. You can see my other videos that talk about when it's pouring down rain, like do you need to lock up your chickens or should you leave them out, as well as when to kind of worry or things to be aware of when it gets really, really super cold in the winter. But basically, we tend to trust our chickens that they know when they can, you know, be out in the elements and when they kind of need a break. But you have to give them a place where they can take a break. They're not going to go up into the chicken coop up where the roost bars and the nesting boxes are during the day unless they're laying an egg. Even if that seems like the more logical explanation for us, like, well, man, I'm just going to go upstairs where I'm totally protected from the weather. They're not going to do that. They'll stay down here. So I use feed bags. I only have one right now because we've had a ton of rain here in South Texas this summer. But in the winter, I'll have almost half of this entire spot. You can see there's the 10-gallon feeder right there. But I'll have almost half of this, and you want to usually block like the north wind here, like in the United States. You block the north wind, and then I'll block part of another side. That way there's a little bit more protection. I choose to use feed bags just because, I mean, it's free. You can certainly buy the clear plastic sheeting that you see over there. We bought that years ago and used it in a random crazy chicken coop that we had at a rental house we were living at for a while. But I don't really see the need to go buy more plastic when there's stuff around that will work. The thing you want to look for is you want to think about the logical places to staple, so that obviously if I staple this way up high on this door, then I couldn't open the door. So you need to think about where you want to staple it. You want to try to staple it top and bottom as much as possible. And then I use the feed bags that make this sound. If they make that crinkle sound, then they're not paper, they're not gonna fall apart, they're more of that plastic. Yeah, they're gonna fade over time, and I've gotten complaints from people before because they don't think it's pretty enough. But you know what? We're out here with chickens and chicken poop and stuff like that. We're not really going for aesthetics, right, Lace? Right, Lace? Right. So I tend to just upcycle those bags, but again, you want to look for the ones that are not paper because then they'll just get nasty and disintegrate. And then I just use a staple gun and go around and I'll replace them as needed. But you'll see in the winter, like I said, I'll barricade a lot more so that they have more protection from the cold and from the wind. That way it'll stay nice and warm in there. You do want to check out this video though if you haven't seen it, because it does explain the difference between circulation and ventilation and all of the things going on when you're designing a chicken coop, even in the coldest winter. It's like a forest back there. Look at that. Isn't that cool? Even in the winter, your chickens need to have fresh air and they need to have circulation. So yes, while you don't want them to be getting a chill from a freezing wind or something like that, they do still have to have air circulation so that we can get the ammonia smells out of there, and so that doesn't end up having too much carbon dioxide. So there's the delicate balance there. But that's the long and the short reason as to why we've got feed bags on the side of our coop. Let me know down in the comments if you guys do anything like that, and thanks for watching.